All right, today we're going to talk about one of the simplest, but honestly, one of the most powerful keys to happiness out there: gratitude. And look, this is so much more than just saying thank you. We're talking about a fundamental mindset that can literally transform how you experience your life, day in and day out. I mean, just think about that for a second. What if one small internal change, a little flip of a switch in your brain, could completely change how you see the world around you? Well, that's exactly the promise of what we're digging into today. So let's start at the very beginning. What do we actually mean when we say a gratitude mindset? What is this thing? Okay, now the key word here, the most important word on this slide, is choosing. Gratitude isn't about pretending that life is perfect or that challenges don't exist. Of course they do. It's about consciously making the choice to shift your focus, to stop complaining about what's wrong and start appreciating what's right. It's a mental pivot from a feeling of lack to a feeling of abundance. And this is just a brilliant example of how it works in real life. So many of us wake up and our first thought is, I have to go to work, right? That phrase just feels heavy. It's an obligation. But watch what happens when you just tweak the language a little bit. I get to go to work. Whoa. Suddenly, you're recognizing that you have a job, that you have an opportunity to earn, to contribute. That tiny, tiny change in wording can completely shift your energy for the entire day. Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting, because this mindset shift isn't just about feeling a little better. It has real, tangible benefits that can ripple out into every single corner of your life. These benefits are so huge because they push back against our brain's default setting. We all have something called a negativity bias. It's this old evolutionary thing that makes us laser focused on threats and problems. Well, gratitude is like a workout for your brain that retrains that focus. It boosts your mental health by making you notice the good stuff. It improves relationships because people feel truly seen and appreciated. It builds resilience, making you tougher when things get hard. And as we're about to see, it can even help you attract more good things into your life. I absolutely love this analogy. Think about it. When you're constantly focused on all your problems, what do you tend to find? More problems. But when you train your brain to actively look for blessings, to seek them out, you start seeing them everywhere. Your focus literally becomes a magnet, pulling more of what you appreciate right to you. So you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Well, the good news is it's way simpler than you might think. Here are 3 incredibly easy habits you can start building, like today. Okay, first thing, in the morning, before you even grab your phone, just lie there for a minute and think of 3 things you're thankful for. It could be your cozy bed, your health, the sun coming through the window, anything. Second, at night, get a notebook and write down just one thing you were grateful for that day. A good cup of coffee, a nice chat with a friend. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering. The goal is just consistency, not perfection. And finally, number 3, express it. Don't just keep it in your head. Say it out loud. Tell someone you appreciate them. Trust me, it'll make their day and it'll make yours too. All right, so as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with the absolute core idea, the central truth that makes this whole thing so incredibly transformative. This is it. This is the secret sauce. Gratitude isn't a magic wand that's going to make all your problems disappear. But what it does is actually way more powerful. It changes you. It changes how you see your challenges, how you feel about your life, and how you show up for every single moment. It turns the ordinary into something to be thankful for. So, I'll leave you with this question. And I don't mean think about it later. I mean right now, in this very moment. Just take a second. What is one thing, big or small, that you are truly grateful for? Just hold that thought for a moment, because that feeling right there, that's where the transformation begins.